I thought they had, they skated very well. They've got good size. You can see some big guys over on the bench over there in red, or actually, I'm sorry, in white with the red trim. And they played very well against Beaver Creek, like you say, yesterday evening. That game was very close to the vest. The Beavers put it away late in the third period, but it was nip and tuck all evening last night.
And Dayton Stealth, they fell to the Alternites 10-0 for our first game of the pod, as the Stealth are in the red jerseys today with the white numbers and letters in the Washington Capitals font, and LaSalle will be donning the home whites as Forrest Adams makes a jumping shoulder block as Dayton looks to get back on the attack. In net is Daniel Kratzer of the Stealth. He's backed up by Austin Clark, and Patrick Gallagher is one of the few scratches that played in last night's affair and are not able to play today, with Benjamin Oliver and Nick Roca your note of scratches. As good start for the Stealth, putting pressure 32 seconds in on Forrest Adams, and Forrest Adams comes up with another nice save. 32 seconds into the first period, no score between LaSalle and the Dayton Stealth JV. Sorry about that. We are having technical issues, if you can so say, but 13:42 to go in the first period. 0-0 game. A battle towards the right, pushing downwards as Dayton rolls it across. A battle in the neutral zone as the Stealth. That is Jason Morgan. Played yesterday's contest with the Stealth as Marshall Mark comes up with left wing, bumped by Morgan. Merck still on the carry towards the left. 13:17 to go in the first. And no score. LaSalle and Dayton looking for the first win of the pod. LaSalle picked up half a point by scoring the same amount of goals in the second period, both with one. And back this way, picked up by Blake Moran, a solid defensive man on the blue line for Dayton. Forrest Adams will cover the puck up with an incoming captain and Ethan Scheib. And it's recovered by LaSalle's goaltender with 12:53 to go in the first. A 0-0 affair here from the home of the Wittenberg Ice Hockey Tigers, the Wright State Raiders, and also the Springfield Blue Jackets, and some of the Dayton Stealth members play here. Right wing time, the Stealth drop it back. It's Engstrom. Watch for Engstrom and Dyer because they can score on you on the blue line. And it's picked off away by Carson Everard. Everard will roll towards the left, flip towards the left corner. Engstrom comes in with a hip check. Nearly 12.5 to go in the first, no score. Hopefully the camera doesn't glitch out again like it just did. We do apologize on that. Down this way, here comes LaSalle. Now towards the left, it's Skylar Adams. Back for Garrett Engstrom. Engstrom rolling, lost his footing by the blue line. And pushing forward is Skylar Adams, continuing to attack. 12:04 to go in the first period. 0-0 your score. Scooped up by Tabor Rose. Rose right wing. That's off Forrest Adams and trapped between the legs. Forrest Adams came out and slid towards the right. Made a nice stop with 11:54 to go in the first. And a scoreless affair thus far as LaSalle taking on the Dayton Stealth JV. Both these teams get 4 games scheduled, meaning that after this, some teams can reach the OHSAA limit of 35 games in the season. Blast to the right point off the shoulders of Chevrolet and tipped on home, Tabor Rose. Tabor Rose scores, and Dayton goes on top of LaSalle 1-0 with 11:45 to go in the first period.
Oh, what a great start for the Stealth after that tough lopsided loss yesterday, 10-0, to come out skating hard and playing physically very aggressive and really controlling most of the action right now and getting on the board first.
1-0 Stealth, your score. Tabor Rose with the rebound goal, and Alex Ryan controls it for LaSalle. The Stealth have put a lot of pressure on that LaSalle back line, and they churn out a goal against Forrest Adams. And Dayton leads LaSalle 1-0 here. And each period, there's a possible 1 point. If you outscore your opponent, you pick up that point. If you tie in a period, you get half a point, like LaSalle did against Beaver Creek in one of the periods. And if you win a game, you get 2 points. And tying a game, you get a point each. And losses in a period or a game result you in 0. Dayton was clean swept by the Alternites as Merck looks to tie it up, and Merck scores! Marshall Merck, 1-1 game, 11:10 to go in the first as both teams get their first goal in just about 4 minutes of play. That's a great stay whiff by Marshall Merck, taking it to the house and tying this game up here in the first period. We'll drop it neutral zone as Luke Ernie comes in for the faceoff. Opposite of Dayton. I think that's Ethan Shue. Swept around behind the goal line of Daniel Kratzer. Kratzer gets the start, did not play in the game yesterday. Stealth goal is scored by Andrew Chevrolet and assisted by, don't have a 39 in the roster. And Marshall Merck has the unassisted goal. So right now, Andrew Chevrolet is giving credit the goal. I have to assume, I thought Tabor Rose scored that, Kent.
Yeah, Rose got the goal for Dayton.
Kratzer with the down low stop with 10:26 to play in the first period. 1-1 your score here from the NTPRD Chiller, which is short for National Trail Parks and Recreation Department. Here in Springfield, Ohio, downtown Springfield, Ohio, by the brand new Mercy Health Building. Just a couple blocks away. Now down this way, here comes Dayton in the red jerseys. A darker shade of red for the Stealth kit. Like I mentioned, the font is from the Capitals, and there's a historical connection between the Capitals and Dayton hockey. We'll explain a little bit later. Now, shot wide of Forrest Adams, taken at the point by Jason Morgan. That point keep in by Case Kleinwachter. Now it's Ryan against Ethan Shue. Loose puck comes out towards Matthew Miller. Back in the left corner, here's Matthew Miller with Benjamin Grimm on defense. 9:40 to play in the first. 1-1 game. And that stick knocked away as Matthew Miller trying to drive it. Ethan Shue picks up the lumber as Forrest Adams in goal opposite Daniel Kratzer. The backup for Dayton is Austin Clark. The emergency goalie for Forrest Adams, is Adam Wiley. Tangling on the right wing, it's Holland knocked down. Morgan sells it, and it's Case Kleinwachter again. Driving it back for Shue. Tripped away by Luke Ernie to Matthew Miller, right wing. 9:08 to go in the first. 1-1 game. A battle on the left wing is Grimm blocking Shue. Shue breaking out some loose ice, and Michael Clisham knocks the puck carrier down. Shue's shift is done, and Scheib back out there now for the Stealth. 8:50 to go in the first. A 1-1 game between LaSalle and Dayton. It was Tabor Rose drawing first blood, and Marshall Merck an unassisted goal to tie it up for LaSalle. Back this way is Carson Everin. Right wing stand up, knocked down was Connor Blank. Lots of big bodies on LaSalle's team, as Kent mentioned. Here's a biscuit high and off the protective net. Andrew Chevrolet trying to score, and he hits the protective net instead and will go in the neutral zone with 8:28 to go in the first period. 1-1 game between the Lancers of LaSalle and the Stealth JV of Dayton. It's the Dayton Youth Hockey Association. Long time, 3 different youth hockey organizations in town. The Dayton Blue Hawks, the Springboro Panthers had one, and down low there's a save by Forrest Adams. Also the Dayton Bombers had a youth hockey association as well when they were still in town, and for a couple years after that as well. Stealth name is named after the Stealth Bombers, the plane at the Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, and it's also a nod to the aviation history in Dayton, Ohio. Here come the Stealth flying down the ice, looking for Tabor Rose. It's picked off by Zachary Dyer. Lancers looking to roll deep towards their attacking zone again with 7:50 to go in the first. And a 1-1 game. Here's a shot off of Forrest Adams. Loose puck to the closest defenseman, and Garrett Engstrom. Trying to outlet it to Merck, who's got the lone Lancer goal. A tangling of the bodies, and that was Albert Gelfgott. The Stealth were without the services of Aaron Job for 2 games because of his fighting penalty he suffered against Alter. He will be out for this Saturday, but Job will come back for Sunday, depending on how the Stealth finish. It'll be determined what time the Stealth play on Sunday. 7:13 to go in the first. 1-1 game between LaSalle and the JV Stealth. That is AJ Kleinwatcher. He's knocked in the boards and scooped up around the corners. No penalties thus far, about halfway through this first. Trying to sweep it through is Skylar Adams. Almost a collision on the referee, the one-on-one. And it's hit behind Forrest Adams. That's icing on Dayton. 6:51 to play in the first. 1-1 game, Lancers and Stealth up. Very entertaining game thus far. I mentioned both these teams are much improved from last year. LaSalle last year, I think, had 9 or less skaters. This team, they have just a nice flow about them. Down low as Kratzer pounces on the loose puck and will go to the right of the Dayton goalie. 6:48 to go in the first. 1-1 your score. And also last year in the JV Stealth team, they didn't have this depth. I think 13 skaters as someone's being helped out to the locker room. I can't tell who. Down low, it's another stop by Daniel Kratzer. Very, very quick in that crease for the Stealth. And we'll drop it to the left of Kratzer. It will be Philip Cahurl. Take this face off for LaSalle, darting it towards the right, looking for blank. Right point keeping. Finn V unable to keep it on the right. And now picked up by Shu. Shu stops, left face-off circle, too high over the net of Forrest Adams. And recovered on the right side, picked up by Dan Verter. Tangled up now in the attacking zone. Nathan Scharf trying to free it away to V. LaSalle's without the services of Quinn Rubik, and Dayton's without the services of Nick Roca, the alternate captain, and also Benjamin Oliver, who played last night, and Patrick Gallagher, who got the start last night. Gallagher is not dressing in this contest. Now here's Ryan rolling on the right, past Skylar Adams, pushing it down and through, and chased by Albert Gelfgott. 5:53 to go in the first. 1-1 your score. We'll have an ice cut in the first intermission of this game. It'll be every 2 periods. Try to keep on schedule. 5:43 to go in the first period. Sal on the attack. Here is Adam Wiley at the point, standing up Jordan Hackey. And now Gelfgott drives the puck for the Stealth and the Reds. Looking towards the left wing for Shu. And it's swept away by Finn V. The two will battle by the left corner. 5:21 to go in the first. Shu brings it out, knocked down, delayed penalty LaSalle. Shu keeps it in. Here's Hackey on the attack behind the goal line. And V's going to pick it up, and it's going to be LaSalle to the box for tripping. First penalty of the game is a trip with 5:11 to go in the first. And Alex Ryan, the guilty party. He'll go in the box for 2 for LaSalle. Lancers and the Stealth JV tied at 1 with 5:11 to go in the first. It's a trip on Alex Ryan. Luke Ernie takes on Andrew Chevy as the Stealth members call him. That is blocked and off of Forrest Adams as Holland looks for the clear. Matthew Miller gives chase. It's a battle of LaSalle's captain against Blake Moran. Shot, saved by Forrest Adams in the neutral zone, and driving away is Eric Holland. Bouncing it on the right, picked up by Chevret. A drop back at the point now for Case Kleinwatcher. The other side going for Moran. Moran now looks around past Matthew Miller. Here's Hackey driving. Hackey, a big body for Dayton, and a very nice presence on the blue line for the Stealth. Picked up by Grimm now. He'll go against Tabor Rose, and Grimm off the right boards to the corner. And he'll give chase to Case Kleinwatcher. 1:14 to go in the first power play. It's for Dayton. Stealth and LaSalle tied at 1. 4:19 to play in the first. Very exciting contest thus far. Drop to the left corner by the stick of Blake Moran. Around the goal line it goes. And now picked up by Miller. Just a reach of Case Kleinwatcher. And back for it is Ethan Shue. 52 seconds to go. A couple of the penalty kill members off the ice as Engstrom now joins with Zachary Dyer. And now back this way. Here's Dayton Shue. It's poked from behind by Luke Ernie. Nice heads-up read by Sal's alternate captain. And now driving it is Everett. It is blocked. A.J. Kleinwatcher's shot. Back to A.J. Kleinwatcher. And now picked up by the Stealth. It's Engstrom. Nice job in the right corner shooing it away. But to the point man. Gelfgott's shot blocked. Ernie trying to handle it, and he left it go as he was curving towards the left with 3.5 to play in the first. 1-1 game. It's cleared by the Lancers, and just 15 seconds left in the power play. Looks like LaSalle has it behind the cage of Daniel Kratzer. As Matthew Miller bumped from behind, knocked down, Dayton comes up with it. 5 seconds left in the power play. 3:14 to go in the first. 1-1 game. Stealth JV goal by Rose. And just out of the reach of Everett, we're back to 5-on-5. Ryan out of the box to the bench, replaced by Connor Blank. 1-1 game, 12 minutes in. Just looking for their first win, and that puck goes in the rafters, and Daniel Kratzer says that's a good field goal. I didn't think you could put pucks in that insulation up there. But lo and behold, there, I think. 2:56 to play in the first. Here comes Scheib versus Marshall Merck for this face-off. And here comes a brand new bouncing puck. If that's from the off-ice crew, that's a long toss out there. Pete, who's been feeding us stats in the second story mezzanine. I think that was him. That was nice. Berger will go back for it in the neutral zone. Cut towards Lawson on the left. And now handled towards the right. Almost chipped away by LaSalle. That was Rayner. Nolan Rayner. The goal line with 2:35 to play in the first. Again, we'll have an ice cut in this first intermission. Engstrom rolling towards the right. Engstrom on the attack. Engstrom to the slot. Shot at the Stealth logo and handled by Daniel Kratzer. 2:25 to play in the first. A 1-1 tie between Forrest Adams, LaSalle Lancers, and Kratzer's Kratzer's Dayton Stealth JV. Let's try that again. Face-off is to the left of Kratzer. Two new Stealth fly out on the ice. It's a defensive swap for head coach Kent Halverson with assistants Mark Jobe, Brad Lloyd, and manager Dan Scheib, and water girl in Destiny Clark, the sister of Austin Clark, who's the backup in this contest. Clark came in early in the second period and played quite well against the Alternites, as the Knights won 10-0 in that contest. A tangling in the left wing. Shot by Blank. Does not get to the goalie. Under 2 to go. Dayton looking for the defensive clear. It's Jason Morgan. Kept in by Zachary Dyer towards the Christmas tree in that left corner. Stealth now left wing. Pushing forward. That's Lawson. Lawson, good speed on the skates. Towards Lawson that hits off his shoulder and finds Dyer again. Mentioned last night, Dyer almost runs into his own teammate Connor Blank, and Zach Lawson continues to drive it forward. That's nice handiwork there. And that shot hits off a Stealth stick with 1:31 to go in the first. We'll keep it in front of Kratzer as Dayton and LaSalle tied up at 1. LaSalle the home team in this contest, and Dayton the away team. The Stealth will be the home team in the battle of the JV squads this evening at 5:20 against Indian Hill, a team that defeated Troy in the first game 11-1. 1:31 to go in the first, 1-1 game. That's Ernie back out there for the face-off. Ryan and Grimm on that blue line. Lancer puck carrier knocked down, looking for Rose. A little bit out of his reach, kept in by Alex Ryan, his first shift since his penalty. Now going for Miller on the right wing to Ernie. Ernie dropping it back, can't find Matthew Miller cleanly. Here's Grimm, however. Nice defensive pickup on the blue line, and Dayton now flies down the ice. Left wing time for Moran. Moran now curving and shot it. Save Forrest Adams and put in the left pocket. Forrest Adams comes up with a nice save. As that was Blake Moran taking it left wing, breaking out for some open ice. And shot attempt is saved by Forrest Adams. 1:01 to go in the first. Rose and Shepard's shifts are done. And now we'll have Ethan Shue for this face. It'll be against Luke Ernie again. And we're down to our final minute of the first period. Again, we should have an ice cut. The first intermission will be every 2 periods. We had one in the first game, the second intermission, third period, and the first period, and then this game started. Again, Matthew Miller, left wing, 3 stealth in front, and hit off the stick of Kratzer. Behind the net it goes as Ernie, 36 seconds left, 1-1 game. Merck tied it up as Tabor Rose got the tight angle on Forrest Adams. Flip forward, now picked up by Clisham. Shot save, Kratzer. Sent down this way by the stealth, and that's played by Forrest Adams. I thought it was going to be icing, but Forrest Adams plays it. Now goes for Grimm on the left wing. Darting it towards the centerman and Matthew Miller. Miller curving towards the right, 8 seconds left, looking for a late LaSalle lead that would give LaSalle their first full point. Delayed penalty on the way, and I think LaSalle's going back to the box for a trip. 1.5 seconds to go in the first. 1-1 game, Lancers and the Stealth JV.
A careless penalty with just a second and a half to play in the period.
And that's Michael Clisham to the box, his first penalty on the game. And that will give Dayton a power play and a face-off in their attacking zone. And the last second and a half of this first period. And then the Stealth will come out of the locker rooms. A lot of power play time unless Dayton can get a quick goal out of the face-off circle. That's about all the time we'll have for that. Chevrolet against Ernie for this face-off to the right of Forrest Adams. And dropped down, tangled up, and picked off by Miller. That's the end of the first period. 1-1 your score between the Dayton Stealth JV and the LaSalle Lancers. Great period, very competitive. And the shots on goal are at 6-6 each. Can't get more even, Steven, than that.
That's right.
Very competitive. And it looks like that Zamboni's not coming out. We told it was supposed to be every 2 periods, but it looks like we might stay out there. Kent, your thoughts after that first 15 minutes?
Well, I tell you what, I'm very pleased for the Dayton Stealth team that they've come out very aggressive, especially after that loss yesterday, 10-0, and facing a big LaSalle team. But they've come right out. They've taken the action to the Lancers, and they've represented themselves very well. And this game is, like I say, as competitive as you can get, tied up in score and shots on goal as well. So you can't get more evenly matched than that so far.
And both these teams are coming off losses. LaSalle fell to Alter 10-0. LaSalle fell to Beaver Creek 4-2. So both these teams have something to prove, and they want to take the win in their second game. All teams get 4, and 3 of them are scheduled. LaSalle's next game is against the Troy Trojans, who have had a rough go about in the pod tournament, but they have never gave up. So the Trojans have still battled throughout. And then the Stealth will have their last game this afternoon against Indian Hill in the battle of the JVs at 5:20. The Stealth will now head back this way as Daniel Kratzer takes the net just down below us in the second-story mezzanine, where a lot of fans are watching by the glass. We have a lot of fans out there as well. Kratzer's goalie mask is very unique. Gallagher's has the U.S. Air Force emblem. And Clark has his last name on the top of the goalie helmet, and eagle on the right side. And Dayton power play for next minute 59 as we are set to begin this middle frame. We'll have the ice cut in the second intermission now. As Dayton flies up the ice, LaSalle rolls downwards, and it's a 1-1 game. Goal scored by Merck, an unassisted tying goal, and Tabor Rose scored for Dayton. And here's a pickup for LaSalle and another clear. LaSalle, a good penalty kill that first time up. Here comes Dayton. That's Gelfgott with the scoop. And going back the other way, here's Matthew Miller coming in with a big check. Luke Gurney trying to push it back towards the neutral zone. And now on the other side, here's Matthew Miller trying to keep it away from the big body of Jordan Hackey. Hackey behind the goal line. It's Kratzer watching. Hackey rolls towards the left. Now picked up by Chevret. Chevret gets the touch, picks it up, and here comes Zachary Dyer incoming. Now LaSalle with another clear past the referee and all the way back to the corner. LaSalle's done a very nice job at penalty kill and a half in with 14 to play in the second and a 1-1 game, Lancers and the JV Stealth. Stealth in the red jerseys. It's a darker shade of red compared to LaSalle's. LaSalle's is a brighter shade of red, but LaSalle in the home white jerseys. And these jerseys, you can see LaSalle in that font across the chest. And the red ones, if you can see the outline, you saw it, but it kind of meshed on in. Now for Garrett Engstrom. Here comes alternate captain Garrett Engstrom, and it's shoot away with a stick of Tyler Demmett. Entangling in the left corner is Hackey. Get back up in front of Forrest Adams, out of the reach of Carson Everard. And another flip, but this time a nice sliding save, and we have a member of the Stealth down. Looks like we'll have a delayed penalty on LaSalle, and an injured Stealth member needs the trainers. And here comes the coaching staff of Dayton, Kent Halverson. And one of the trainers from Mercy Health will now take a look at the injured hockey player out there.
I didn't see what happened. I didn't see.
I honestly didn't either, but LaSalle's going since Engstrom in there. I think the referee signal on sportsmanlike, but the trainers are taking out. I thought, and it's a 2-minute minor against Engstrom. I thought I saw the numbers of Ethan Shue down there, but I'm not sure at this point. Forrest Adams has one knee down on the ice. Love this show of respect. Hockey's always been just such an inclusive family, if you will. I've always admired that in the sport, as that is Ethan Shue, and he is starting it up and making his way. Shue is putting pressure on both his feet. Looks like that'll be a great sign. So Ethan Shue helped out towards the bench. It's 5-on-3 time for 15 seconds for the Stealth, with 13:15 to go in the second. And it is a 1-1 affair between the Lancers and the JV Stealth. Very competitive game, a lot of fun to call, and hopefully you're enjoying it here on the YouTube home of the Academy Hockey Club. We'll drop it in front of Forrest Adams, since that's a penalty on the Lancers, and now it's a 5-on-3 PK for LaSalle, the private school in Cincinnati. All four Catholic institutions in Cincinnati, the boys-only schools, have hockey: Moeller, LaSalle, Elder, and St. Xavier. Part of the GCL South. Part of the GCL that isn't co-ed, I should say. The other two are no longer just separated. Here's Gelfgott left point to the left face-off circle. Off-balance shot towards Forrest Adams. And the goalie cannot rake in the loose puck. Here's Chevret now. Last second of the 5-on-3. And out will come Clisham. He'll be part of the 4-man penalty kill cell. And now LaSalle has it, angling the clear with 1:37 to go on the 5-on-4, 12:50 to go in the second. 1-1 game, as Marshall Merckx got the lone LaSalle goal, unassisted. And it's Tabor Rose, the lone Dayton goal. Picked up now by Gelfgott, swinging a right wing for Hackey. Hackey playing up top. That shot belted off the right arm of Forrest Adams. 12.5 to play in the second. Still 1-1 game, with 1:10 to go in the power play. Dayton looking to go back on top by a score. Right now at 1-1. Halfway through this power play, it's Engstrom to the box. I believe unsportsmanlike was the call. Shot off the body of Forrest Adams. A rebound back at Forrest Adams. Denied as Hackey to Chevret now. Left corner. Working the left. Now swept back. It's Gelfgott. Left point. Keeping it on that side of the ice. Drop back for the defenseman Gelfgott. Sending it. Cannot send it towards Forrest Adams. The clear attempt is blocked by Gelfgott. A very nice heads-up read. And LaSalle continues to push into the neutral zone as Hackey recovers it for Blake Moran. Stealth in the red jerseys, LaSalle in the home whites with the red top sleeves. And it's 1-1 your score. Dayton versus LaSalle. Both these teams coming off losses in their first game in the inaugural Post-Ohio District Tournament. LaSalle won the Gold Division Tournament in the Southwest Ohio High School Hockey League Conference Tournament. The first championship in hockey history for LaSalle. Swept on the other side. Dayton settles it down. Dayton part of the Ohio Scholastic Hockey League. And back this way just as the power play expires. And in front, here comes Rayner. Rayner spun around, could not get a clean look on Kratzer. Couple of big booms now in the right corner. 11 to go in the second. 1-1 game. And now here's Luke Ernie. Trapped by two Stealth. There's a nice collision. Ernie now takes it, roams it towards the right. One LaSalle Lancer waiting in the neutral zone, and Benjamin Grimm and Kratzer trying to trap it. Goalie stick all around the line, swept away from Ernie, kept in by Grimm, finds Ernie by the curling targets. Now right wing time, here's Holland with a send, and it's wide of the reach of Kratzer's glove. 10:26 to go in the second. Here is an off-target send down the length of the ice. That's icing on Dayton. That will swap out the 5 for both squads. And we'll come back in front of Daniel Kratzer with 10:22 to go in the second. And a 1-1 game. Face off to the right as it is Marshall Merck leaning in against Ethan Scheib. Belted back towards the blue line as LaSalle tacking down. Hangstrom in the left corner. Looks for Rayner deep in the slot. And Demick comes up with it for Dayton. A tangling in the neutral zone. Scooped up by LaSalle. About 5 minutes gone from the second. 1-1 your score. LaSalle canes it forward. To the left face-off circle as Engstrom turns around, goes behind the cage of Forrest Adams. Again, Daniel Kratzer in net for Dayton. Back up is Austin Clark, and that puck is off the net. We'll drop it in front of Forrest Adams with 9:47 to go in the second, and a 1-1 game. Both teams have split the first period point as they scored the same amount of goals, 1 apiece. LaSalle has 1 point in this tournament now. Dayton Stealth pick up their first half point, and that point system is important to determine when you play. Coming into this game, LaSalle half a point. That was for fourth place. Stealth and Troy were tied at 0. And with the Stealth's half point and Troy not being able to pick up a point in that second game against Alter, means LaSalle is now in fourth. And in fifth place are the Stealth. Alter now with 10 points after 2 games. 2 clean sweeps turned in by the Knights. And Beaver Creek trailing Indian Hill by half a point. Indian Hill will play at 5:20. They'll have 2 of the last 3 games. The Rangers will. And Beaver Creek will play next at 3:40 to resume pod play. It'll be against the Alter Knights, and Alter will have their last game of the day fairly early. An early trip back to Kettering for the Knights. 8:55 to play in the second. LaSalle and Dayton still sitting at a 1-1 draw. Now around the left corner is Finn V trying to pickpocket the forwards of Dayton. And Skylar Adams on the rolling attack downwards. Here's Carson Everard. Everard towards the left corner. Drop back now for Demmett. Shot save for Adams. Rebound. Unable to be handled by Carson Everard. And back this way, Demmett sends it wide. 8:27 to go in the second. 1-1 game. Behind the goal line, it's scooped up by Maddie Nelson. Maddie Nelson will slice it to her left. Down this way comes LaSalle. A 2-on-3. And now Skylar Adams goes offside as Caherl caught up and made it a 3-on-3. With 8:12 to go in the second, we'll drop it in the neutral zone with a 1-1 tie between the Lancers and the Stealth JV. Brand new 5 out there. I love this tournament idea as it's a way to give seniors a chance to remember their careers, their last game, a chance to lift a trophy here at the Springfield Chiller instead of looking back and Looking at the box score on what could be a lopsided affair. There's a shot and save by Forrest Adams. Grimm will pick it off. Look for Merck. Left wing, Merck trying to knock it forward. Here's Hackey and Rose. And Grimm and Holland give chase. Wiley on the right wing. Now Gelfgott blasted high. Over the net at Forrest Adams. 7:40 to go in the second. Still 1-1 your score. We have not seen a goal since Merck went to the house of Daniel Kratzer and tied it up unassisted. 7.5 to go in the second. We'll have an ice cut in this second intermission as Rose battling down low, trying to get it back on the attack. Waiting is Verter, right point. And Gelfgott on the other side. Down this way comes LaSalle. It's Merck. Merck with a biscuit, and it's off the shoulders of Kratzer. 7:12 to go in the second. 1-1 game. A shoulder-to-shoulder bump as Hackey had it. Holland sends it back in. Gelfgott with the defensive pick. Back to Hackey in the neutral zone. And flipped out of the reach of Andrew Chevret. Again, nicknamed Chevy by most of his teammates. Gotta like that nickname. Pass Verter's reach. Gelfgott with the recovery. Bouncing it towards the left. Rose's shift is done. Here's a blast that's blocked in front by LaSalle's Eric Holland. Very strong block. Gelfgott left point, 6:35 to go in the second. 1-1 game as Wiley trying to escort it out. Wiley knocked down. Off of Forrest Adams. Rebound. And we have a tangling. I think the referee just signaled a goal. And now, at that left point, I want to say Merck. Things got kind of feisty at that left point. And the stripes are immersed in the bodies, trying to break them away and stop. Things are feisty out, and I think the trainer needs to take a look at an injured LaSalle Lancer. Man, things kicked up in heat, didn't they?
Wow, that's Salle Pollitt.
That's Eric Holland, actually.
Oh, Holland.
It's the son of Murray Holland, the head coach of the Lancers. Very nice guy. Always fun to talk to when I see LaSalle. And Adam Fagan, the assistant coach. Manager Rod Rayner. Remember in the last game, the Stealth, Aaron Job, he got game misconduct for a fight. So he's serving a 2-game suspension, this being the first, and the Stealth against Indian Hill, that's the second. So Job can come back tomorrow and play. We might have a couple of Stealth and Lancers missing for the last 2 games of the pod. Stripes are talking it over. It's a very long conversation as the injured Lancer is Eric Holland, and he's being helped off the ice. He was hobbling to start. Looks like he's putting zero pressure on that right ankle. Certainly hope that young man's A-okay. You don't want to see any injuries. And actually, that's not Holland. That's Adam Wiley. Holland's right there. That was Wiley.
Yeah, and it was Pollitt that went, I think, to the penalty box for LaSalle. That's what I was referring to earlier, at least it looks like. Is he in the penalty box?
That is correct. That is Fletcher Pollitt in the box. And the injured LaSalle is being helped out. The injured LaSalle Lancer player is being helped out back towards the bench. Things got interesting in a hurry, didn't they?
Yeah.
I think the refs signaled a goal as they pointed with their hand towards the mouth. That's the symbol for goal by hockey refs. I speak a little zebra. 6:28 to go in the second, and Dayton has gone back on top 2-1, but you can say there's been some fireworks in Springfield. So things are being sorted out right now. We'll get you the word on who scored that goal as soon as we can. Again, Pete down in the off-ice crew, and a penalty's going against Hackey for Dayton, 2 minutes. And 5 minutes going on the board against Fletcher Pollitt. So right now we'll skate 4-on-4 for 2 minutes, and then it's a 3-minute power play. It's a major power play, by the way, on Pollitt. You know, I'm kind of glad I don't have to handle those score sheets. I just have to look at them, see who's scratched, who's starting, and, you know, everything like that. Again, we're still waiting on the confirmation on that Dayton goal. Who scored it? It is a goal, and Dayton goes on top 2-1. Stealth with another 1-goal advantage here at the NTPRD Chiller in Springfield, Ohio. And right now we're just kind of playing the waiting game. There's a 5-minute major tacked on against LaSalle, a 2-minute minor tacked on against the JV Stealth. The Stealth JV and varsity teams are quite strong in the Ohio Scholastic Hockey League. Neither team won the Blue Jackets Cup this year, but when I first started covering high school hockey, that varsity Stealth team, something else. They made a couple trips to the Nationals tournament and represented Ohio quite well. There's a couple of Columbus teams. There's Westerville, there's Columbus, there's the Newark Generals, the rivals, if you will. There's the Hilliard Wildcats. I believe all those organizations have JV. Disqualified.
Paying attention to at that moment.
The fight broke out. I just see the gloves go up and the two scrap. And it's been a while since I saw a hockey fight, because in high school, you can't fight. You get kicked out of school. That's a no-no. It's been a while. We have to go back to Dayton Demons and Demolition years when I saw the last fight. And that one, that brought back memories of single A hockey at Hare Arena. So Fletcher Pollitt is gone. There's a major against him. He's DQ'd. And there's a minor going against Hackey for 2 minutes. So we'll have 4-on-4 hockey. And the goal is scored unassisted by Albert Gelfgott. Gelfgott scores unassisted to give Dayton a 2-1 lead. And now we'll skate 4-on-4 for 2 minutes. And then there goes Pollitt. He's got to leave the rink. And someone has to go in and serve the 5 minutes. I don't see who's in there quite yet, as both teams use this time to catch their breath, try to cool down.
Do you know if LaSalle rode back to Cincinnati last night, or did they stay in town here?
I think I was talking to Alex Ryan, because he mentioned thank you for covering the games, because I've seen LaSalle a couple times now, and very nice team, very nice team. They wrote me a thank you note for covering them in the Frozen Creek tournament to start the season.
It would be a late night for them to drive back to Cincinnati and come back this morning. I didn't know if they did that or did they stay in town here.
Ryan said he lived in Dayton, so I'm not 100% sure, but I have to assume that most of them had to, but I can't answer that. I honestly don't know. We'll skate 4-on-4 for a little bit as play resumes. 6:16 to go in the second. It's Albert Gelfgott, the unassisted goal to put Dayton back on top by 1. It's 2-1 Stealth as action resumes. Dayton's flying up the ice. Gelfgott just scored an unassisted goal, our second one of the day. And Luke Ernie picks it back up. There's a major, I'm guessing, fighting against Fletcher Pollitt because he got disqualified, meaning he's out. And now left corner, Engstrom picks it up. Engstrom looking to tie it up with a 4-on-4 goal. And Engstrom is one of the two defenders that can do that, because Dyer and Engstrom are good snipers on that blue line. Again, goal for Gelfgott, and Fletcher Pollitt is gone. 5:34 to go in the second. 2-1 game favoring the Dayton Stealth. We are sorry about the glitching issue. We have no idea what's causing it. Down low, Kratzer, 5-hole stop. Great stop by Kratzer between the legs as Miller hungry for the rebound. 2-1 Stealth, 5:25 to go in the second. We'll skate 4-on-4 for 57 seconds, and then it will be a 5-on-4 power play for 3 minutes. It'll stay that way unless the Stealth commit an infraction, or LaSalle commits another infraction. It'll be 5-on-3. But we still got a little 4-on-4 to skate as Shu goes to work against Matthew Miller. Towards the left corner, Miller gives chase The back of the Stealth defender. Here's Ernie against Shu. Shu pushing forward. Going against Grimm now. It's a spaced out 2-on-2. Here's a third Lancer on the way. And Shu, he cannot score from the right faceoff circle. It's off the chest of Forrest Adams. Now back this way. And the arm will go up. And that's icing on the 4-on-4. 5:01 remains in the second. 2-1 Stealth, your score, as Gelfgott has the go-ahead goal, and Rose had the first goal for Dayton. Marshall Merck tied it up at 1.
Good to see Shu back out there after his injury a little while ago.
Absolutely. Shu will come in, take the face-off. He'll be opposed. I think that's Philip Cahuro out there. He's ascended by Moran, and that's rainbowed into the protective net. We'll drop it again in front of Adams, Forrest Adams. 4:56 to play in the second. LaSalle trailing 2-1. I can't see who's in the box for LaSalle. Eric Holland is right by the bench. The sin bins are in between the benches, and in between the sin bins, the off-ice crew. Like I mentioned, Pete's texting me the updates. I thank them for all their work. Flip towards the right is Kratzer watching it go. Moran now battling with Alex Ryan. Here's Demet, and Ryan giving chase, scooped around. Moran quick with the puck. Very strong defenseman for Dayton. And takes it left wing as the 4-on-4 is set to expire. And Dayton will have a power play for 3 minutes. Scooped up now by the Stealth's Demet. Tyler Demet looking towards the left, sweeping away from Skylar Adams. Towards the right is dropped back. Giving chase now is Philip Cahuro. Cahuro trying to drop it in the corner and scooped up by Dayton. Aki out of the box, served his 2 minutes. And bumped from behind, that was Jason Morgan, I beg your pardon, Jason Morgan. 4:03 to go in the second, 2-1, Dayton your score. Here is Shu across the blue line, Shu to the slot, and Shu sends it wide and high. Good look for Shu, but just a little bit more oomph on the curve. Now back this way towards the left. Here's a send-in, shot at the chest of LaSalle's Forrest Adams, and back this way for Morgan. The rebound comes loose and goes to the left corner. 2:14 to work on the major against Fletcher Pollitt and the Lancers. 2-1 game. Stick is loose, send in, Forrest Adams, and there's Shu, and that's sent up high. Shu point blank, could not pour it home against Forrest Adams, but it's kept in now. Left point time for Tyler Demet. And off of Forrest Adams, power play goal Dayton. 3-1 Stealth. 3:20 to go in the second, and 1:52 remains on the power play. Dayton has been peppering Forrest Adams with shots, and right now the Stealth keeping the puck on their attacking third has definitely helped the cause. And that's 2 goals in this frame for Dayton as the Stealth look for their first full point in the pod tournament. As the bench now talks to Dayton's side of things. As Carson Everett takes on Marshall Merck, and the Stealth have their largest lead of this contest at 2. It's 3-1 Stealth JV with 3:20 to go in the second. The goal is Jordan Hackey's. Hackey scores, assists Tyler Demet. And that's your goal for Dayton. It gives the Stealth a 2-goal advantage as the Stripes now talk to head coach Kent Halverson. There is a Luke Halverson that's playing for the Springboro Panthers, and I believe they are related. I think that Luke Halverson also played in the Stealth Youth Hockey Association as well. Face-off center ice as LaSalle with their largest deficit at 2 in this contest. 3-1 Dayton, as that is Maddie Nelson giving chase. Shot down low, and score Dayton! Carson Everard rotates it home past Forrest Adams, and the Stealth have scored back-to-back power play goals in a span of about 5 seconds. 3:09 to go in the second, 4-1 Dayton.
Lancers not putting together a very good formation on defense for this power play.
And now Dayton has 3 unanswered goals in this second period. And right now the Stealth have all the momentum swinging towards their side of the bench. The visitors lead 4-2. And this is the first time a visiting team has led. Actually, I take that back. Alter was the away team, and they won 14-0 in the first game today. Nelson knocked down. Here's Everett knocking down Matthew Miller. And back this way on the carry is Dawson Taylor. Spun around as there is Matthew Miller, slow to get up. And considerable amounts of pain, it looks like. Dyer knocked down, asking for a penalty. Loose stick picked up by Case Kleinwatcher. And Dyer now going for another stick. There's just a third one loose. 2:19 to play in the second, 51 seconds on the power play. We'll have a whistle as there was action in the corner, and the Stripes are doing everything they can to make sure nothing of that magnitude happens again in this contest. It's a tough job out there. That goal is Carson Everett from Case Kleinwatcher. And it's 4-1. Dayton Stealth JV, your score. Face-off is to the right of Kratzer. It'll be Marshall Merck taking it for LaSalle. Opposite of Andrew Chevret. Dropped on the ice. And towards the left winger. And Murder. And Demitz sent it up ahead. Alex Ryan, a high bounce off the stick, but kept away by an incoming Tabor Rose. Good speed on Rose as well. 39 seconds to go on the 5-on-4 for Dayton. LaSalle trailing 4-1 with 2:02 remaining in the second. And this locker room break, LaSalle needs to regroup and get back. Playing what makes the Lancers so strong and what made them a much improved team from last season. Right now, you get the feeling that the Lancers are kind of off balance in that second goal and that scrum kind of put the Lancers off the rails a little bit. 1:35 to go in the second. The Stealth, 3 unanswered goals. That goes wide of Forrest Adams, and we are skating 5-on-5 right now. And Finn V served the penalty for Fletcher Pollitt, who was DQ'd, and Rayner is the 5th Lancer out there. We're back to even strength. It's a 4-1 Stealth JV advantage, and scooped up by Rayner. Left wing, wide of the cage of Kratzer. Now in the left corner, a battle. And now towards the slot, it's Chevret. The wrong shade of red is Rayner, the closest Lancer, and dropped back towards the corner where Engstrom scoops it up. And back this way comes Engstrom and company. Last minute of the second period. Dayton, we've had our fair share of fireworks in this contest. And the arm will go up for a delayed penalty on Dayton. Can't find Kratzer. It's slowed down by Lawson. And actually, it's a delayed penalty on LaSalle. Shoe to the house. Stopped by Forrest Adams. Shoe back with the puck. 32 seconds left in the second. 4-1 Dayton, and the Stealth are looking to go back on the power play, and the whistle. And Connor Blank, slow to get up. We'll have a Stealth member last get up, but getting up under own power. That's a tremendous sign. And we'll have another penalty. 27.7 seconds to go in the second. Dayton 4, LaSalle 1, and looks like Alex Ryan will be going to the box. And Ryan's in there. 2 minutes. No, 5 minutes. That's a check from behind. That's another major against the Lancers. And the Stealth leading 4-1 with 3 unanswered turned in by the Stealth Bombers. It's another 5-minute power play. Things are looking to go Millhouse's way, as they say. Who they are, but there you go. But the Stealth, definitely the momentum on their side. It's the check from behind on Alex Ryan. And Dayton's got a power play. Kent, did you expect to see this game with this amount of fireworks?
Wow, no, it's
and that's a minor. Hitting. That's a minor tacked on Garrett Engstrom. So it's 5-on-3 for 2 minutes.
Wow.
I think it's unsportsmanlike.
The Lancers obviously getting some frustration being taken out by Engstrom there after the major, and the wheels kind of coming off for the Lancers.
25 seconds left. That goes wide to Forrest Adams. Scooped up by Dyer. Now picked up by the Stealth. Trying to tap it home. Pushed in by Scheib. Scheib pushed down in the slot. Here's Everett looking for 2, and it's Forrest Adams trapping the puck. 13.3 seconds to go in the second as Dayton has a 4-1 lead over the LaSalle Lancers. It's amazing to think that 1 point in a game could turn the tides so much. But I think that's why I really love sports, because anything can happen. It's the human element in its competitive form, and this sport happens to be on a sheet of ice. 10 seconds left in the second. Another collision. Flipped high and knocked down with the left hand of Blake Moran. Moran takes it. Left face-off circle. Sent it wide. Last second. It's picked up. Swooped by Gelfgott. And that's 30 minutes in the books. A storytelling second period, to say the least, as Alex Ryan's in the box for the next 4:33 from the check from behind. And Engstrom's in the box for 1:33. And we should be heading to the locker rooms. We might not be, because it's 1 o'clock right now. And we're supposed to be done at 1:20, so I think the Zamboni is going to stay in. And we'll keep it here rolling through the third period. And we'll have a break. We'll be back at 3:40 for Beaver Creek Altar, and Kent will have the call on that. Kent Jacobs. And this is Lee W. Mound with you here. We will not have a Zamboni break. Right now, LaSalle, even though they're not going to the locker rooms, they need to regroup in front of that bench. If you're Coach Holland, what are you telling the Lancers?
Well, they've got to play within themselves. They've got to keep up the pressure. I mean, they have the athletic ability, I think, to get back in this game. They have to play disciplined. They've got to keep the Stealth out in front of, out from being in front of their own net, and they've got to put some offensive pressure on the Stealth. They're just not creating many good scoring chances and not forechecking very well at this point. They've got to get back to
3 in the second. And that gives Dayton the full second period point with 3 more on the table. If Dayton outscores LaSalle in the third period and holds on for the win, that's going to be 3 points on Dayton's side of things. LaSalle needs at least 4 goals if they hold Dayton scoreless in the next 15 for their 3 points. 1-1 your make it 1-1 your score after 1, and now 4-1 your score as Dayton leads LaSalle. 1:12 to work on a 5-on-3. Engstrom's in the box for next minute 9, and then 4:08 remaining on Alex Ryan's check from behind. Picked up now by the Lancers, away from Blake Moran. Scooped up blue line, can't get it on target of Forrest Adams. Now for Chevrolet. Blue line tying Gelfgott. Chevrolet again. Chevrolet looks towards the goalie, flips it back off the stick of Dyer. 46 seconds left. Pinballs off of Luke Ernie. And a shot save, Forrest Adams off the right arm. Scooped forward by Dyer, and he'll get the LaSalle clear. And the Stealth will have to regroup as Daniel Kratzer in net for Dayton. Backup is Austin Clark. And the third string in this game is Patrick Gallagher. And for LaSalle, it's Forrest Adams. And I think the emergency goalie and Adam Wiley was injured, and he hasn't been back on the ice. Loose puck in front, it's Holland. Strips it up ahead, and Gelfgott unable to knock it down. It's back in Dayton's own zone. 4-1 Stealth, 13:36 to play in the third. LaSalle trailing by 3, largest deficit of this game. Off the arm of Hackey by Merck. Down this way, 5-on-3 done, shot save Adams. The fourth Lancer is going to be Klisham and replacing Engstrom. 13:17 to go in the third. 4-1 Stealth JV. It's the JV unit of the Dayton Stealth Youth Hockey Organization. A nice pass, power play goal, Hackey. What a beautiful passing game there as Jordan Hackey scores a 5-on-4 power play goal, and there's still 2:40 to work on Alex Ryan's check from behind. Jordan Hackey. That is a great 2-on-1 down this way.
nice pass and a terrific shot, really from a very bad angle. He was able to snap it right in that far top corner of the net. Great pass, great shot.
13:06 to go in the third, and the Stealth have a 1-0 lead in the third and 5-1 on the game. Nearly 2 minutes into our third period. Again, outscoring in periods, very important to determine when you play on Sunday. There's still 2 games. A backhander, Matthew Miller, cannot score against Daniel Kratzer that time. Stealth still 2:23 to work on the power play. 12:48 to go in the third. And the stick is knocked away from Ethan Shu. He will now kick the puck like a soccer ball. I like it when hockey players do that. That's a good commitment as well. You stay with the puck no matter what. Even though the main weapon to move the puck around is not in your hands. Shot, glove, Forrest Adams. Matthew Miller tangled up with A.J. Kleinwatcher. And we'll drop it in the face-off circle to the right of Forrest Adams. 2:02 remains on Ryan's check from behind with 12:29 to play in the third. Dayton 5 and LaSalle 1. We apologize about the glitches happening on the capture card. Hopefully it does not affect the recording. Knock on wood. Save down low, Forrest Adams. That's the closest wood item against clipboard. We're on a plastic table, I realize. We have Adams for the face-off. Opposite of Carson Everett. Everett, 1 goal for Dayton. 1:52 to work on the major power play for Dayton. Stealth 5, LaSalle 1. Everett now left corner, chasing the puck, gets it away from Skylar Adams. Dropping back is Dyer. Dyer looking to clear and gets a high angle. Engstrom off to the races, shoot away by Kratzer in the right corner. Engstrom now, right corner, turnover, and picked off by Tyler Demmett. Demmett has an assist in that second period. Here's a collision in the right corner, knocking both skaters down, away from the reach of Matty Nelson. On the other side now, left corner, going for it is Engstrom. Engstrom looking up top for Skylar Adams. LaSalle in their attacking zone this period. 5-1 Dayton your score. 1:10 to work on Alex Ryan's major. Emmett, right wing, and bounded towards Carson Everett, looking for Engstrom. Loose puck towards the left. It's Gelfgott. That's Skylar Adams, but scooped up by Zachary Dyer. Dyer off to the races, knocked down, and delayed penalty on the way. And that's going to be on Dayton. LaSalle's got a little bit of a power play coming to them, and that's a tripping call against Dayton. Still 49 seconds to work on Alex Ryan's penalty, with 11:16 to go in the third, and a 5-1 Dayton advantage. To the box goes Zach Lawson. It's a tripping call, and we'll skate 4-on-4 for 49 seconds, and then LaSalle's got an abbreviated power play with 11:16 to go in the third. 5-1 your score. By the way, that last hacky is assisted by Ethan Shu and also Zach Lawson, who's in the box. We'll drop it as Kratzer makes the quick save. 11:12 to go in the third. Nice turnout of fans. It's great to see the hockey family supporting their local squad. Again, it's a very nice tournament, giving teams and seniors a chance to go off on top. Wide of Forrest Adams. 1-on-1 behind the cage. Now for that's Scheib. Scheib dropping it left point. Here's Gelfgott. Away, and now picked up by Jason Morgan. Morgan now left corner. Drop back. Could not find Scheib. Grimm had his stick in the way. We'll still skate 4-on-4 for 40 seconds. 11:06 to go in the third. And now Holland with the pickup. Looking for Marshall Merck, who's got the lone Lancer goal. It was unassisted. Back this way is Scheib. Scheib left point. Grimm on the defense. Sent on target. Off Forrest Adams. Rebound. Scheib back at the face mask of Forrest Adams. Scheib trying to go up top over Forrest Adams, but he got not enough clearance on top, and it hits off the face mask against a save for LaSalle's goalie. 10:44 to go in the third. 5-1 Stealth JV over the Lancers. Dayton with 3 goals in the second. Both teams with 1 in the first and 1 in the third for the Stealth. Ernie comes in for the faceoff, opposite of A.J. Kleinwatcher. Left point time as the Stealth roll forward towards the slot, and Everett send it high. Dyer and Everett go tangle in the right corner. Now Clisham brings it back. If you recognize a lot of these names from last year, it was part of the Clisham-led Cincinnati Swords team, and I got to see him with the Centerville Elks on a home and home. held them at Sports Plus, and then South Metro. That order might be reversed. Down low, here's Ernie trying to send it on target. It goes wide left. And now a power play for LaSalle as Alex Ryan has served his 5 from his check from behind with 10:05 to go in the third. And the Stealth lead 5-1. 5 minutes into the third, 45 seconds left on this power play for the Lancers. Down by 4. And here's Ernie off the face mask of Daniel Kratzer. Flip towards the left. And Klisham. Dyer going for it. Now a check on the back of A.J. Kleinwatcher. Scooped by Dayton in the red jerseys. Darted towards the right. Here's Matthew Miller. The captain's got a lot of open ice. Everett flying right by and knocking it back in the neutral zone as it's Finn V on the attack. Across the blue line looking for Matthew Miller. And scooped up again by Dayton's penalty kill. Off the right hand. That's got a sting. Nathan Scharf. And picked up by V with 6 seconds left on the power play. Dyer, now Ernie, up ahead. Here's Matthew Miller, 1-on-1, and the power play is done. We're skating 5-on-5. Lawson to the bench, replaced by Jason Morgan. 9:09 to go in the third, 5-1 Stealth JV. Shot down low and score! I think that's Zachary Dyer, and it is the defenseman lighting the lamp for LaSalle. And it's 5-2 Dayton, 9:04 to go in the third. And that time Dyer sniped from the right boards, getting it down low past Daniel Kratzer.
That's got to be a big relief for the Lancer bench to get back on the board. Very big goal, cutting the deficit to 3.
We'll have a center ice face-off over the Columbus Blue Jackets. Pass Grimm, a 1-on-1 working, left wing, and Grimm sweeps it away. Tabor Rose couldn't get the clean handle. Now back this way goes Nathan Scharf. Scharf, right wing, and it's dropped behind the goal line. 8:35 to go in the third, 5-2 Dayton. LaSalle scores their first goal since Marshall Merck's unassisted. It was Zachary Dyer providing the tally, and the assists go to Captain Matthew Miller and Luke Ernie, alternate captain. Back around the corner it goes. Played offside as Dayton picks it back up. Giving chase is Cahero, left wing. Now behind the goal line. Dayton back with it. 8:11 to play in the third. 5-2 game in favor of the Stealth. Again, Stealth part of the Ohio Scholastic Hockey League. And LaSalle part of the Southwest Ohio High School Hockey League. Winning the Gold Division tournament at South Metro just a couple weeks ago. Actually, that was last month now. That's hard to believe. Other side now for, looks like that's Adam, no, that's Marshall Merck. Looking for Eric Holland, 1-on-1 with Case Kleinwatcher. Around the cage it goes. Here's Hackey, Jordan Hackey, towards the slot, and score LaSalle! 7:36 to go in the third. The redirection tip past Kratzer. And this is getting interesting down to the wire. The Lancers have outscored the Stealth 2-1 in this frame. It's a 5-3 Stealth advantage with 7:36 to go in the third. And leading the Salle line looks like that's Skylar Adams. 2 goals in a row for LaSalle after Dayton scored. 4 unanswered. LaSalle has 2 of their own. It's a 2-goal lead now for Dayton. Here's Finn V off the ankles of the defender. It is Nolan Rayner from Marshall Merck. Rayner scores. Down this way is Dayton. It's A.J. Kleinwatcher. Big boom in the boards. Those boards make a lot of noise. It's Finn V. Now for Rayner. Rayner just scored that goal. 5-3 Dayton. And now down the left wing. Pushing forward, that's Connor Blank. Blank picks up by the Christmas tree. It's one of my favorite things to see out of the background. Now in front, here comes Alex Ryan. And Shu breaks away. Finn V, the lone defender. Shu curving away. Shu! And it's a no goal. It hits off the post. I thought that went in. That was, but you got to see that clean skate. 5-3 Dayton. Forrest Adams jumps on top of the puck. Even though the refs waved it off, you got to admire that puck control. Smooth sailing around. Ethan Shu. Just silky smooth. 6:31 to go in the third. 5-3 Dayton over LaSalle.
Now we've got our vantage point up here looking down on that net. Certainly, I'm quite certain that went in, but the refs on that other side, maybe they couldn't tell because it did probably carry them off the framing of the inside of the goal. May have looked like it went off the crossbar.
I'm probably going to have a lot of people wanting to see that play again. Now the captain's got a breakaway and off the skate of Clisham. Clisham recovers, but it's picked up by Case Kleinwatcher. 6:17 to go in the third. 5-3 Stealth. Now towards the neutral zone, Dayton carries it. It's Gelfgott. Gelfgott had the second goal to put the Stealth up, which they currently enjoyed. Now right wing time, here's Dyer. LaSalle trailing by 2. 6 to play in the third. 5-3 Stealth. Behind the cage of Kratzer. Reaching back for it, looks like that's Dyer. Swept away by Dayton, heading towards Forrest Adams, and Finn V is going to get the jump on it. That's Engstrom, rather. That's Garrett Engstrom. Past Matthew Miller. Engstrom towards the circle. Engstrom takes it, curves it. Kratzer. That's a save by Daniel Kratzer. Now back for Clisham. Clisham, right point, 5:32 to go in the third. Here's Clisham. He'll send it wide as he was knocked down and spun around. And Dayton now right wing. There's a nice check by Matthew Miller right by the Dayton bench. And cannot find Shu up top. Down this way comes Ernie. Ernie, the alternate captain, off of Kratzer and bouncing to left face-off circle with 5:10 to play in the third. 5-3 Dayton Stealth JV. Dayton service with 3 goals in the second and 1 in the third. LaSalle's got 2 in this frame with 5 to play. Scharf up ahead. Engstrom with the bounce, rolls towards the left, opposite of Andrew Chevrolet. Left wing tight, Skylar Adams. Down this way, here comes Dayton. Dayton takes it slow. 3 Lancers in front. Shot is reached by Forrest Adams. Could not get it. It's Hackey. Now on the other side, past Tabor Rose. Chevrolet. Back to Chevrolet. Now Skylar Adams on top of it. Again, the history on the names of Forrest and Skylar Adams. Very neat story. Talked about in that first contest where LaSalle lost 4-2 to Beaver Creek. Will not play until 3:40. So we got a little bit of time. 4:17 to go in the third. 5-3 for the Stealth of Dayton, Ohio. Rose opposite Marshall Merck. In front of Forrest Adams. Here's Rose dropping it. And under will get a clean stick. Rose will have to try to track it behind the cage of Forrest Adams. Left corner time is Sharp trying to find Holland. Now back left point, it's Chevrolet again. 3:50 to play in the third. 5-3 Dayton. Stealth roll it slow. Shot is blocked off the legs of Philip Cahurl. Back this way, Cahurl plays it past the red line. And the lone defender, Cahurl, gives chase, but a good feed as Dayton holds strong in their own zone. However, almost a takeaway as Demet spins it around, goes right wing this time for the centerman. As LaSalle trailing 5-3, as Forrest Adams sliding in and picked up now by Eric Holland. Holland taken down and back to Dayton's Demet. Demet, left face-off circle, send it wide. Nice look for Demet, but now picked up in the right corner. One-on-one that's Grimm. Opposite Hackey. 3:09 to go in the third. Drop back at the point. 5-3 Dayton. Blocked away. I believe that was Cahurl with a block up front. Could not find Clisham. It's a one-on-one. And now back this way. Here comes Cahurl and the Lancers. 2:55 to play in the third. LaSalle trailing 5-3. Arm goes up. Delayed offside. Drop back down as Holland off his skates. And handled by Grimm on the other side. Here's Luke Ernie back on the ice. 2:43 to go in the third. 5-3 Dayton. And now Ernie pushing forward from Matthew Miller's pass. Ernie right corner, picks it back up. Here's a check by Gelfgott. Gelfgott knocked down, and Matthew Miller trying to cane it through. It's back on the right side of the ice as Holland dropping back on the defense and handled by Lawson. Looking for Jason Morgan on the right. 2:20 to play in the third. Forrest Adams still in net as Dayton on the attack. Daniel Kratzer in net for the Stealth. Dyer, straight ahead, behind the back of Ernie. Possibly Shu. Shu cannot get a clean handle. There's Alex Ryan coming in. That's a split pass towards the left corner with 2 minutes to go in the third. There's a collision as AJ Kleinwatcher knocked down. Still a little bit of pain, but staying out there. Here's Miller picking it up, swinging away from AJ Kleinwatcher. And now Miller attacking the left. 4 red jerseys in front. Miller trying to curve around that back line. Knocked down. The puck is loose. And around the left corner it goes. 5-3 Dayton, 1:40 to play in the third. Back this way, open ice. Here comes Ethan Shue. Ethan Shue to the house, a stop and a save by Forrest Adams. His legs collapse as Shue trying to go down low. That's nice patience by Shue, but Forrest Adams a nice read. Ernie can't put it in the back of the net with 1:23 to go in the third. 5-3 Dayton as Forrest Adams remains in the net. As we're heading towards the final minute of play. Down this way is Shue again. Shue around Forrest Adams. Score! Ethan Shue scores the 6th Dayton goal and the lead back up to 3 with 1:10 left in regulation. It's 6-3 Dayton Stealth here at the NTPRD Chiller.
You can see the skills of the Stealth star player Shue right there, the speed and the stick handling ability. And Adams, no chance there.
Shue had a couple of those opportunities. This time, he puts it in the bank. And Dayton back up by 3. Stealth 6, LaSalle 3. Both teams now with 2 goals in this frame, meaning it's another split point. Assist to Shue's goal. You can give it to Albert Gelfgott. Gelfgott with a goal and assist today. 6-3 Dayton, last minute of regulation. Engstrom drops it back left point, trying to push it forward away from the body of Matty Nelson. Picked up now, Cahurl with a send in. Arm goes up and delayed offside. Now waved down as Dayton plays it. And Dayton taking it slow in the neutral zone as Cahurl. Now for Dyer. Dyer with a goal for the Lancers. First one of the third period for Dyer. Now down this way, here's Skylar Adams. Not send it on target. It's blocked by the defender in the slot. 22 seconds left in the third. Still 6-3 Dayton after the Ethan Shue goal. Now for Blake Moran behind the goal line. 10 seconds left and a 3-goal lead for the Stealth. Engstrom. Engstrom snipes it. That goes high over Kratzer. Now towards the right, back in the neutral zone. Skylar Adams trying to turn the tides. Last second off of Chevrolet. That's it. The Dayton Stealth defeat the LaSalle Lancers 6-3. Great win for Dayton and a great second period. As LaSalle made it interesting, but that 3-goal second period helps the Stealth to a victory here at the NTPRD Chiller.
Yeah, what a stellar performance by the Stealth, rebounding from that game yesterday evening. LaSalle, they showed what they can do in that third period. They put things together. They started to play aggressively and were able to score 3 goals, but in giving up 6, and really we think probably 7, but we think the referees missed that 1 goal midway through the third period. But what a great performance by the Stealth to come back, put things together, put last night's game behind them, and play just a solid overall game in every phase of the game this afternoon.
6-3, Dayton Stealth JV pick up the win. And for Dayton, that's 2 points for the victory and a total of 4 points as the Lancers and the Stealth the same amount of goals in the first and third period, so that's a full point. Dayton takes the second period point, so that's 2 full points for Dayton. That's 4 points for Dayton and 1 for LaSalle. And we'll take a long break before we get underway at 3:40 for Beaver Creek Altar, where Kent Jacobs has the play-by-play for you here on the YouTube home of the Academy Hockey Club. Again, your final, Stealth JV 6, LaSalle Lancers 3. This is Lee W. Mowen for Kent Jacobs.